Very good afternoon to everyone. So I extend my sincere welcome to the 21st session on CCS joining time rules. And the session will be delivered by Sri Janardhan T. Sir, who is the Senior Administrative Officer of Indian Institute of Spices Research, Kozhikode, Kerala. So I welcome to this 21st session to all the participants and to the resource person also. Now I request Sri Janardhan Sir to conduct the session on CCS joining time rules. Now it is over to you, sir. You can share your screen and conduct the session. And all the participants, as you know, the session will be conducted through English language only. If you have any problem, you please write in the chat box and it can be clarified after the completion of the session. Your every question will be clarified. Just the slide will be in English. You just see the slide and something you can understand. It is not that nothing can be understood. And after the completion of the session, you just write your doubt. Yeah, even if you can tell your doubt also through by using your phone. Okay, now it is over to Janardhan sir.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, very much.
Okay, sir. So good afternoon to all the candidates. So today we are going to discuss about the CCS joining time rules. See, when you refer to joining time rules in FR and SR, you see that only 3 or 4 pages are available in the FR and SR, which means it is only a very small subject. But every government servant may come across this in their career once, because joining time is closely related to transfer or promotion transfer. You know, transfer is purely an incidence in central government service. You can see your offer of appointment, wherein you have accepted the condition that I am liable to serve anywhere in India. So not for your examination point of view, but for your service career, at least once or twice you will come across this. But for those who are dealing in establishment matters, it is mandatory that they should know the joining time rules, because every administrative staff should be aware of these rules. Being an administrative staff, whether others may ask you whether my unavailed portion of joining time will get credited, or what is the amount of maximum joining time available during my transfer. So being an administrative staff, you must be able to answer all these questions. So the subject is very small, but you can expect some questions in the FA examination also, because this is a very important chapter, joining time. So you can definitely you can expect some questions on this joining time rules. So we will go through the session in detail. See what is joining time. See here, you see the Central Civil Services joining time rules notified 1979, notified YDGSR 695, dated 8th May 1979. And the rules were amended by the notification GSR 197, dated 10th March 1989. And again by the GSR 229, dated 27th March 2015. See, this date you do remember. 8th May 1979, it came into force. CCS joining time rules 1979 came into force with effect from 8th May 1979. And afterwards, certain amendment has come. That is during 1989, again during March 2015, certain amendment has come in the joining time rules. Now we will come to know what is joining time. See that everybody, you are hearing about joining time, you are hearing. But what is joining time? Time allowed for a government servant to join a new post or to travel to a station to which he is posted. So joining time means it is a movement of a government servant from one post to another and from one place to another. Either it may be on the same station, and the same station, what is same station, we will discuss later on, or to other station. So what is joining time? Time allowed. See, joining time means time allowed for government servants to join a new post or to travel to a station to which he is posted. If you are getting promoted or posted on transfer to some place, so you will be giving some time to join the post. Once you get relieved, you will get some time. So that time is called joining time. The next question comes, to whom it is admissible. To whom it is admissible? Normally, as per rule, CCS joining time are applicable to all central government servants in civil services, appointed in civil services, and post under the central government, including work charge staff. So it is applicable to central government staff. See, work charge staff, it is since it is nowhere related to us, we need not discuss much on that aspect. So it is applicable to all central government staff. Even state government service also joining time rules are there, but they have got a separate set of rules. See, next, it is not applicable to railway employees, armed forces, personnel and those paid from defense services, government service engaged on contract, and those who are not in full-time employment of government servant paid out of contingencies. See, railway employees, they have got separate set of rules. So this joining time, CCS joining time rules 1979 is not applicable to them. Then armed forces, they have got separate set of rules. So it is not applicable to them also. So of course, persons engaged on contract basis, it is not applicable to them, and the government servants paid out of contingencies. So these rules are not applicable to these four categories of employees. So this part is very important. When admissible, we are always talking about joining time. So when it is admissible, so that is very important. To join, when admissible, first category is to join on transfer in public interest, a new post either at the same or a new station. So what is transfer in public interest? See, transfer you may be knowing. See, transfer means what? Transfer means the movement of a government servant from one post to another, either within the station or to another station, to take up duties of a new or in consequence of change of his headquarters. That is transfer. So this transfer may be in public interest or on request or mutual transfer or temporary transfer. So what is public interest transfer? See, public interest transfer means all your transfer expenses. That means TTA and other transfer, TTA benefits, other composite transfer, etc. It is borne by the government. So when the public interest transfer occurs, see, if the government or the department needs you to be posted elsewhere on administrative grounds, so they will transfer you in public interest. Maybe you may not be interested to get posted elsewhere, but government needs you to be transferred to other places. So that is public interest transfer. So in that public interest transfer, this joining time is admissible. That is what the first line says. To join in transfer on public interest. Then what is mutual on request transfer? See, it is for the benefit of you. So because you want transfer to a particular place. So that is on request. So on request, no joining time is admissible. Then another comes a new post either at the same or a new station. So same stations means we will discuss subsequently later slides. We will discuss what is same station and what is a new station. That also we will discuss subsequently. So the first line you are aware to join on transfer in public interest, a new post either at the same or new station. So that means you are eligible for joining time on transfer on public interest. So in promotion transfer also, that is also public interest only. Promotion transfer, you are getting promoted and you are posted somewhere outside the station, not in the same place. If you are getting on the same place, joining time question does not arise. So the first point is, I hope the first point is clear. The next one, to permanent or temporary employees and permanent or provisionally permanent or state government employees on appointment on the result of a competitive examination, interview open to government servants and others. That is rule 4.44. What does it mean? See, when you are working as an LDC, you are being selected to a post of assistant in other departments, and you applied the post through proper channel, and you got resigned from the post of LDC, and you are going to take up another employment as assistant in other department, in other government department. So that case, in that situation, you are eligible for joining time. That is what second line says. But one condition is there. You require that you have to, government servants opt for having their past service counted. See, if it is a technical resignation alone, then only you will get that joining time. Then you may have some doubt. What is this technical resignation? See, there are two types of resignation. One is normal resignation. In that, what happened to normal resignation? You are forfeiture. You will get all the services rendered prior to your resignation get forfeited. That you don't have a chance to count the previous services when you resign the service. But whereas, if it is in technical resignation, the past services will be counted at the new place of posting. So for that, what we have to do, you have to apply the post through proper channel. Then, if you are getting selected through applied through proper channel, and if you are opting for this your past services to be counted, then you are eligible for joining time. So here another question comes. Suppose you are an outside, you are normally you are not a government servant. You applied for a post and you got selected. Whether you are eligible for joining time? No. It is only applicable to government servants. When you are working in a post and then you are applying for another post and getting selected, that too through proper channel. If you directly send your application, then you won't get joining time in that case. So I hope the second line is clear. Second point also clear, I feel. Then another case, to surplus staff transferred from one post to another under the scheme regulating redeployment of surplus staff. What does it mean, surplus staff? See, in your department, you have got 10 LDC posts. And on recadre strength, you got only, it has come down to 4. So you are remained as surplus staff. So you need to get transferred to other stations. So there also that public interest involves. So in that case also what will happen? When you are posting to some other stations, you will get the joining time. You will get a joining time at appropriate based on the distance. That will tell on subsequent slides what is the amount of joining time and not. But you are eligible for joining time in third cases also. That means surplus staff transferred from one post to another. Then another case comes to officials discharged due to reduction of establishment in one office and appointed in another office. There also one condition is there. If the orders are received while working in the old post. What does it mean? See, the station where you are getting is that establishment itself is closed. So you lost the job. The officials discharged due to reduction of establishment, not the post, due to reduction of establishment in one office and appointed in another office. So there you condition, you see, if the orders are received while working in the old post. See, when you are working in a station or somewhere else, you are working, and that happens to be that post, that station itself is closed. So you got another appointment in another office. So while working in the old post, if you are getting, then you are eligible for joining time. Then another case, you see the next line. If they are appointed to new post after discharge, the period of break may be treated as joining time without pay. If it does not exceed 30 days and the officials concerned have rendered not less than 3 years continuous service. So what does it mean? See, you discharge your one of the establishment where you are working, it is closed and you are not in service that now, but you got appointment within 30 days to another post. That's what he said. If they are appointed to new post after discharge, the period of break, because you got discharged on 1st June and you got selected in another, you got appointed in another department within 30 days. So that 30 days period will be treated as joining time. And one more condition it is there, the officials concerned have rendered not less than 3 years continuous service. That condition also has to be satisfied. One is discharged and you are getting order while working in the post. So there is no question of this one, directly you will get the joining time. The another instance, you got appointed to a new post after discharge. The period of break may be treated as joining time if it does not exceed the break 30 days. And one more condition is that the officials concerned have rendered not less than 3 years service. So you are eligible for joining time in that respect. Then another condition. Once in a calendar year, while proceeding on leave from one place in a remote locality or to a place in a remote locality. See, what does it mean, remote locality? See, during 1984, a government issued an order stating that a government servant proceeding on leave from or to a place in the remote locality. See, in FRSR, when you refer in FRSR, you can see one memorandum. There they have enclosed an annexure. In there, they have specified some, see, remote localities means in Andaman Nicobar Island, in northeastern region, or in Ladakh, this one, Lakshadweep, all these remote localities. But even this remote localities also, they have specified some regions, not all the places. See, for example, Guwahati, it is a remote locality as far as the person working in the other stations are concerned. But that place is not declared as remote locality. Government has issued certain places. I am not enclosing those things here. You can just go through FR and SR. There you can see joining time. You can see one annexure. In that annexure, they have mentioned some stations name. For example, Port Blair, South Andaman, Havelock, Neil, Car Nicobar, then Port Blair, Lakshadweep also, some places they mentioned, Kavaratti, Menikoy. So some places they are mentioned. So when you are proceeding on leave to those places, which is mentioned in that office memorandum. So you are eligible for joining time once in a calendar year, not for going to other localities, only in the specified region, specified places, which is available in the office memorandum issued during 1984. It is very much available in the FRNSR joining time rules. So it is what is the amount of joining time you are eligible? See, it is depending on the stations where they are mentioned. See, some cases they are mentioning it is 7 days admissible. In some cases, they are mentioning 15 days. Sorry, because that requires a detailed this one. It is available in a for that table format. The place of station, that is a specified station. For example, Port Blair, that is a remote locality is Port Blair, and you are being gone on leave to Calcutta. So that distance, so that places, when you are going to Port Blair to Calcutta, for arranging that distance, for going to that, to cover that period spent for journey between the said remote locality and the specified station. For example, Port Blair to Kolkata. So that period will be treated as joining time. So that maximum 7 days eligibility. But in certain cases, it will come up to 15 days. That is, you can just go through that office memorandum, then you will come to know that total amount of leave, that total amount of joining time. And this is only once in a calendar year it is applicable, not all the time. Only once in a calendar year, while proceeding on leave to that specific location, remote locality, and while returning also. You are eligible to get while returning also, you are eligible. This is, I think these 2 points are clear. Then next comes once in a calendar year to official domiciled in the Union territories of Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Lakshadweep, while proceeding on leave to their hometown in another island. So you see here in another island. See, for example, Lakshadweep, you are going to Minikoi to Kavaratti, and you require to be, you have to conduct a journey by sea on the Union territory and returning from hometown. Same thing. The transit time thus admissible shall be the actual number of days taken in the journey by sea, subject to a maximum of 7 days for each journey. See, what does it mean? See, you are working in Minikoi and you are going to Kavaratti or any other island in another part of within that territory. For Andaman Nicobar Island, because of Port Blair you are working, you are going to another island. So you are conducting the journey through sea, journey by sea. So that period, so whatever it may, either 2 days or 4 days or 5 days or 8 days, maximum shall be the actual number of days taken in the sea, taken in the journey by sea, subject to a maximum of 7 days for each journey. That is also once in a calendar year. I hope you understood. See, it is available once in a calendar year. While working, you are in the Union territories of Andaman Nicobar Islands or Lakshadweep. When you are posted in one island and your hometown is in another island, you are proceeding on leave to that island. So that journey periods, that will be treated as joining time. And maximum how many days? You are eligible for 7 days maximum. To cover the transit period, you will get joining time. This is another case of joining time. The next what? In case of transfer to or from northeastern region, Andaman Nicobar Island, Lakshadweep and Ladakh, 2 days additional time shall be admissible over the normal joining time. So what does it mean? See, you are being transferred. Suppose you are being transferred to Bangalore to Guwahati. See, this is applicable to all cases of transfer. This is transfer, not leave. In case of transfer to or from northeastern region and Andaman Nicobar Islands, Lakshadweep and Ladakh, if you are getting transferred to these places, 2 days additional joining time you will get. Suppose based on the actual number of days, if the total comes 10 days or 12 days or 15 days, so you will get 2 more additional joining time if you are getting transferred to this place. So this is related to transfer, and earlier we discussed about the leave, proceeding on leave. So hope this slide is clear. So you are admissible for joining time. These are the occasions. Admissibility of joining time. One is joining time on public interest transfer. Then when you are getting selected while working in a post and you are getting selected to another post and you applied through proper channel and your past services are counted. So in that case, you will get joining time to join the new post at the new place of posting. Then another case is surplus staff transferred. That is on public interest, you are getting transferred because of non-want of the post. For want of the post at the respective station, you will get transferred to another station. So in that case also, you are eligible for joining time. Then another case, your office itself is closed due to reduction of establishment. There also, you will get joining. When you are getting appointment in the new post, while working in the old post, directly you are getting the joining time. There is no this one condition. But if it is you are discharged and you remained in house for some day, remained in home for some day because you didn't get a fresh appointment. If you are not getting fresh appointment within a 30 days means you won't get eligible. But if you are getting posted within 30 days and you have minimum 3 years, not less than 3 years service, you are eligible for joining time. Then of course we discussed it recently, that is once in a calendar year while proceeding on leave from a place in a remote locality or place in that specified station. That is available in FR and SR joining time rules. On annexure they have enclosed. This order is issued during 1984. So you can see the remote localities, the place, because so many places they have mentioned. From there, some specified stations name also they have mentioned. From moving on to remote locality to that specified station, you are eligible for joining time. Then once in a calendar year, official domicile, that I told you, when you are going from one island to another island, you are undertaking the journey by sea, you are eligible for joining time. Then in case of transfer, Northeastern, that is throughout. When it is Northeastern region transfer or Andaman Nicobar, you will get additional 2 days joining time over and above the normal joining time. Hope this slide is clear to you. See, I told you in the first instance, joining time is admissible for transfer in public interest and not admissible during the request transfer or mutual transfer or temporary transfer. What is mutual transfer? Because the government servant and another government servant working in different stations, they are mutually agreed to get transferred. So in that office has no interest. Only the employee is getting benefited on that. That is why the mutual transfer is being treated as a request transfer. So in that case, you won't get joining time. So what does it mean temporary transfer? Joining time is not admissible, but only actual transit time as in tour is admissible. So you have to know what is temporary transfer. So you are sending on tour to a particular station for a maximum period of 3 months. That means 180 days. Sorry, 6 months. So if it is exceeding 180 days, then automatically it will be treated as permanent transfer. So temporary transfer means maximum 180 days. You can be transferred on tour to a particular place from one station to another station. So you are not eligible for temporary transfer, you are not eligible for. But after 6 months, when the temporary transfer is converted as permanent transfer, so you are eligible for permanent transfer based on the actual distance covered by you from one station to another. Hope you are clear about the temporary transfer. Temporary transfer means moving on tour or training, whatever it may be, for a maximum period of 180 days. So beyond 180 days, nobody can work. Nobody can be transferred to a place. So there should be a gap. If you are sending on tour to maximum 6 months, so there should be a gap. If after 6 months again it is getting extended means that will be treated as permanent transfer. So when it comes to permanent transfer, you are eligible for joining time. Then same station. What is same station? See, at the first slide you have come across, that is transfer to the same station or to another station. So what is the same station? 1 day is admissible on transfer to join a post within the same station, or another station which does not involve a change of residence. What is same station? So you are Same station means the area within the same municipality or corporation and its contiguous suburban municipalities notified area of cantonments. See, if the area is coming within the same municipality and you are getting transferred in the same corporation, then you are not eligible. You are eligible for joining time only 1 day. Then one more instance. Same station, I hope you understood what is same station. It is coming in the same within the municipality or corporation. So government has declared that notified area means you can see in the transfer traveling allowance, you can see that cantonment, whatever that notified area you can see there. That DA calculation, there also you can see there. So there, if you are getting transferred from one place to another in the same station, you are eligible for 1 day. So 1 day is admissible for trains for transfer to the new post within the same station. Then another incident you see, if it is another station which does not involve a change of residence. So what does it mean? See, when you are working in Mumbai, you are getting transferred, promoted and transferred to Pune. But though you are transferred to Pune, you are daily commuting from Mumbai. You did not change your residence, Mumbai to Pune. You retained your residence at Mumbai itself, and you are daily commuting from Mumbai to Pune. That means your residence change has not occurred. So in that, what will happen? In that, what will happen? You are eligible. See, 1 day is admissible. See, if change of residence is not incurred, I hope you understood what I said. See, when change of residence is not involved, that means while you are working in Mumbai and you are transferred to Pune. So Mumbai to Pune means it is another station only. Normal case, you are eligible for joining time for 10 days. But if you retained your residence at Mumbai itself, that means you are requested for commuting daily. You are not changed your residence. So you retain your residence in Mumbai itself and you are commuting daily Mumbai to this one. So in that case, this is what will happen. You are not eligible for joining time. You are eligible for joining time only for 1 day. That is same station and another station which does not involve change of residence. Hope this paragraph is clear. So 1 day is admissible for transfer from one station within the same station, and 1 day is admissible if it is another station but which does not involve change of residence. So I hope that paragraph is clear. Then one station to another comes. That just now we discussed it. 1 day is admissible if change of residence is not involved. The same thing I described just now. If a change of residence is involved, joining time will be admissible with reference to the distance between the old and new stations by direct route. So here comes the major portion. Joining time, when it is admissible, you are getting transferred from one place to another and your change of residence is also involved in that one. So what will happen? You are eligible for transfer joining time. And what is the amount of joining time you are eligible? That we will discuss in the next slide. See, amount of joining time. You see here this table, distance between old and new headquarters. Joining time admissible. Joining time admissible where the transfer necessary involves continuous travel by road for more than 200 kilometers. See, 1000 kilometers or less. If the distance between the old headquarters and the new headquarters, if it is less than 1000 kilometers, you are eligible for 10 days. And you see the next line, joining time must be admissible where the transfer necessary involves continuous travel by road more than 200 kilometers. See, this line is very important. You see here, joining time admissible where the transfer necessary involves continuous travel. You just note down this point, continuous travel by road. And for the more than 200 kilometers. See, joining time admissibility where the transfer necessary involves continuous travel by road for more than 200 kilometers. So 1000 kilometers or less. you are eligible for 10 days. And if you are going by road, more than 200 kilometers, that means 800 kilometers, you covered the journey by train or another aspects. And 200 kilometers, more than 200, not equal, more than 200 kilometers you covered by road, then you are eligible for 12 days. See here, why I said continuous, why I said this continuous travel, you know. See, suppose your total distance is 1000 kilometers. In that old headquarters to section A to B, you covered some 50 kilometers in road, by road. Then another 850 kilometers you covered rail. Then again 100 kilometers you covered, or no, sorry, 800 kilometers you covered rail, and another 150 kilometers you covered by rail. So 150 means, maybe you may be thinking, see, total road coverage, what you had read is 50 in the first instance you covered, in the last instance, 150 you covered. But you are not eligible for these 12 days because their continuous travel by road is not there. So that is what I said. This continuous travel by road is more than 200 kilometers. It should be continuous. There is no break. See, if you had undertaken any break in that period, so you are not eligible for this 12 days. So it should be not equal to, it should be more than 200 kilometers. It should be more than, that means at least 201 kilometers. Then only you are eligible for 12 days joining time. I hope you understood this point. Then more than 1000 kilometers. That means 12 days and 15 days. So this also, here also, that above what I told, it is applicable. More than 1000 kilometers, joining time admissibility is 12 days. Then joining time admissible where the continuous travel, this it is a 15 days. That means 3 days in, you are getting 3 days more. Provided you have traveled continuously by road 200 kilometers, more than 200 kilometers. And here, more than 2000 kilometers, you are eligible for 15 days joining time. So what does it mean? If the old headquarters to new headquarters, if the distance is more than 2000 kilometers, you are eligible for 15 days. Here also you see, here even if you completed the 200 continuous speed, you are eligible for maximum 15 days only. You are not eligible for that other 2 days or 3 days for this benefit. So maximum you will be getting, if it is exceeding 2000 kilometers, either way, you are getting 15 days only. So hope this, it is clear, I hope. Then here you see down, in cases of travel by air, maximum amount of joining time admissible is 12 days. What does it mean? See, from Mangalore to Guwahati, you are transferred. So it is more than 200 kilometers, more than 2000 kilometers. But you undertook the journey by air. That means up to the nearest point, you undertook the journey by air. So in that case, what will happen? You are not eligible for 15 days joining time because normally for 2000, more than 2000 kilometers, you are eligible for joining time 15 days. But if you undertake journey through air, then maximum joining time admissibility will be 12 days only. Hope it is clear. In the case of station in a remote locality, additional, that is what we discussed earlier. That just read this one only, because earlier we discussed this issue. When you are getting transferred to a place in the this one, on transfer to Andaman Nicobar or Lakshadweep or northeastern region, you are eligible for additional 2 days joining time. That is over and above the 12 days, 15 days and 15 days, whatever they have mentioned here. Over and above the total distance covered earlier, that is admissibility as per the distance, you will get additional 2 days joining time. Over and above the normal joining time. That is what this. Then distance should be calculated on an actual basis, not on weighted one for which fare is charged railways in some. This is a symbol because your distance should be the direct shortest route. You are eligible for that distance will be calculated at the direct shortest route. That distance means that 1000 kilometer distance what we have discussed earlier, more than 1000, more than 2000, that distance that will be calculated at the shortest route available. Hope this slide is clear to you. Then you see holidays. Here also most of the people getting confused. See, when the during time when holidays comes, what will happen? So when holidays prefixed, it forms part of joining time. What does it mean? See, you relieved on Friday evening and you got 10 days joining time to join the post. That means on 30th June, you relieved. That happens to be on Friday evening. Then Saturday and Sunday is a closed holiday for us. So you as per rule, you are eligible for 10 days joining time because of maximum distance is 1000 kilometers, less than 1000 kilometers. So you are eligible for 10 days joining time. But when the joining time will be calculated from the next day, from the same, that is the day followed by joining time, that means relief. See, suppose on 30th Friday, 30th June, Friday, you got relieved. So your joining time starts from 1st July. So 1st July and 2nd July happens to be closed holidays. So that closed holidays forms part of the joining time, because that will be counted along with the joining time. So 10th day, for example, 10th, when it happens to be again 11th and 12th, again holiday. So that is the next line, what it says. When holidays follows joining time, the normal joining time shall be deemed to have been extended to cover such holidays. So what does it mean? See, 30th afternoon, you are getting relieved. 1st and 2nd closed holidays. And you are supposed to join on 11th after 10 days. So 11th, you have to join, because though 2 days holiday, it forms part of the, that holiday is getting prefixed to the joining time. So that holiday will form part of the joining time. In another case, see, 1st and 2nd holiday, the same example you take. 30th June, you getting relieved. 1st and 2nd, you being a holiday. Then 10th, 11th, you are supposed to be in the office. You have to join. Then in that case, what will happen? Suppose 11th and 12th, it comes to holiday. So you are supposed to join on 13th. So in that, what will happen? That's what the second line says. When holiday follows joining time, the normal joining time shall be deemed to have been extended to cover such holidays. So in that case, what will happen? 10 days joining time will be counted as 12 days joining time. That is what here. Holiday follows the normal joining time. Then you will get extended to cover such a holiday. Shall be deemed to have been extended to cover such holidays. So when it is holidays are getting prefixed, it is a form part of joining time. That means 10 days. You won't get extension of 10 days, though 2 holidays in between comes. So you will get, what will happen? That 2 days will be counted in that 10 days period. But whereas if the holiday suffix, holiday comes after the joining time, that will get deemed to have been, that will get extended. That is holidays part. So hope you understood what is holidays, how it is related to joining time when it comes to holidays. And more, when the holiday comes in between, there is no question, you have to cover it, that also will be covered in the joining time. If in between holiday comes, that will form part of the joining time. We are discussing about the holiday which comes in the prefixing and which comes in the later stage, that is on suffixing. So both, when it is prefixed, it will form part of the joining time. When it is suffixed, it will deemed to have been joining time will get extended. Hope holidays, about the holidays, it is clear, I hope. Then you see calculation from holiday headquarters. What does it mean, calculation from holiday headquarters? So your joining time will be calculated from the old headquarters to new headquarters. Suppose you are getting transferred from Mangalore to Mumbai. From Mangalore to Mumbai, what is the distance? That will be calculated. That is old headquarters to new headquarters. So that distance, what we discussed, the shortest route. You cannot go via Bangalore or via Delhi to Mumbai, Mangalore to Delhi to, you cannot go around the distance. You have to go direct to shortest route. That is the distance how they are calculated. So now here you see calculation from all the headquarters. These are the 4 instances where an employee received the orders in place other than in his headquarters. What does it mean? Where an employee received the orders in place other than his headquarters. See, when you are working in Mumbai, you went to tour to Pune. When you are in Pune, you received the transfer order to be posted at New Delhi. So in that, though your headquarters is at Mumbai, but you received the transfer order while you have been serving at Pune on tour. So in that case, what will happen? Your old headquarters Pune to Delhi, that distance will be sometimes less, but Mumbai to Delhi only will be calculated. That is what here says. Calculation from old headquarters, where an employee received the orders in a place other than his headquarters. That means your headquarters is at Mumbai and you received the transfer order when you were serving at Pune. That either on tour or training or whatever it may be, you were in Pune when you got the transfer order. So that place calculation will be from Mumbai to New Delhi, not from Pune to New Delhi. That is what first line says, where an employee received the orders in place other than his headquarters. The next line, where the charge of the old post is made over in a place other than the headquarters. The same thing. Suppose you are handing over the charge to other than the headquarters to another place. That case also, your headquarters remain the old headquarters, same. Whatever it may be, when you are getting transferred from one place to another, counting of joining time will be from old headquarters to the new headquarters. Then, where the headquarters is changed while on tour to the station of the tour itself. Suppose, here the example here. That means when you sent on tour to Pune, from Mumbai to Pune. So Mumbai to Pune, your headquarters was in Mumbai, but what happened during temporary transfer, they have changed your headquarters to Pune. That is a temporary, where the headquarters is changed while on tour to the station of the tour itself. You are on tour to Pune, your headquarters changed to Pune. In that case, so what will happen? You are not, your headquarters will be old headquarters. Your calculation of hometown will be from old headquarters to new headquarters. Then, where the temporary transfer is converted to a permanent transfer. What will be the effect? See, you send a tour for 3 months or 6 months to a place. From Mumbai to Pune, you send. So from there, Pune, you are receiving your order. That means your temporary transfer has been converted to permanent transfer. So you had to there, in that cases also, what will happen? Your calculation from old headquarters will be, your calculation of joining time will be from old headquarters to new headquarters. Not from the Pune to Delhi. It will be from Mumbai to Delhi. That is the 4 cases. Calculation from old headquarters. Hope this is clear. Now extension of joining time. See, what does it mean, extension of joining time? We have already discussed. That means total 15 days, 10, 12 and 15 days. Maximum amount of joining time admissible, it will be 15 days. So extension of joining time means, see, extension of joining time can be granted up to a maximum of 30 days by the head of department. When it will happen? See, your normal case, so what is your joining time? If it is exceeding 1000 kilometers, 10 days. If more than 1000 kilometers and up to 2000 kilometers, 12 days. And beyond 2000 kilometers, 15 days. That is the maximum amount of joining time admissible to you. But in certain cases, the department can grant you more than maximum of 30 days additional joining time. That is what here says. Extension of joining time can be granted up to a maximum of 30 days by the head of department. And even beyond 30 days, it can be granted by the Department of Government of India. That is, by the ministry concerned, they can grant you more than 30 days. Based on the guiding principle. What is the guiding principle? That approximately equal to 8 days for preparation plus reasonable transit time plus holidays. What does it mean? See, when government sanctions you additional joining time for 30 days, they will count 8 days for preparation. That means for preparation of your journey and all, that is 8 days. Then reasonable transit time. They will see how much transit time they took. For example, you are going to Andaman Nicobar in a farthest land, you are going transfer. You got stranded in Calcutta for want of ship or want of the air or whatever it may be. You got stranded there. So there, it was en route to you halted there because it was a compulsory. You can't move out. It is beyond your control. So such circumstances, you can request for an additional joining time. So in that circumstances, government, that means the department concerned, can grant you 30 days joining time beyond the admissible joining time. And more than 30 days, if it happens to be granted, then it has to go to the concerned ministry. That is extension of joining time. See, this is very important one. Unavailed portion. This is most of the people getting confused on this aspect. Because every person, those who see, now I'll come to know this, just I will brief it, then I will describe the things. Unavailed portion of joining time will be credited to earned leave account of the employee, provided unavailed portion of the joining time will be credited to earned leave account of the employee, provided if the employee is ordered to join the new post at a new place of posting without availing full joining time to which he is entitled. Next one, he proceeds alone to the new place and joins without availing full joining time and takes his family later within the permissible period of claiming transfer TA. See, these are the two conditions. What does it mean? Now we will see that. If an employee is ordered to join the new post at a new place of posting without availing full joining time to which he is entitled for. So this is most of the people getting confused on this aspect. See, what does it mean? See, employees, see, normal, whatever, what is your transfer order says? Competent authorities, please transfer you on so and so place with immediate effect. So that does not cover, that will not cover your, this condition will not qualify that one. With immediate effect is different. In the transfer order itself, they should say, that means you have to join without the joining time, without availing joining time or cut-off date. You have to join on so and so place within so and so date. That means you are not, you cannot avail the full joining time because office want you to join the new post without availing full joining time. In that condition, what will happen? You will get that unavailed portion, whatever the amount of joining time you availed, that remaining portion it will get credited. So the employee is ordered to join a new post. See, just for example, I tell you. See, one person is getting transferred to a place due to on disciplinary grounds. He has been transferred. On the same day itself, he got relieved from the station. That is, it was a stand relieved. So he has the choice to join the station after taking the join time. Though it is a stand relieved, you have the provision to take appropriate join time to join the new station. So there it will not qualify. This condition will not qualify whether you getting relieved on the same day or not, or with immediate effect or not. But in the transfer order, there should be a clear-cut direction. That means you need to join the post within a cut-off date without availing full joining time. In that situation, what will happen? You can credit the unavailed portion of the joining time. This most of the people is getting confused on this because most of the request is administrative staff, they are getting the request from the concerned scientist or technical staff. Even from the administrative staff, we are getting a request. That means, please credit my unavailed portion of joining time because I have been asked to, my transfer order was with immediate effect. So please remember that will not qualify to debit, to credit the unavailed portion. The next one, he proceeds alone to the new place and joins without availing full joining time. and takes his family later within the permissible period of for claiming transfer TA. So what does it mean? See, you are transferred from Mangalore to New Delhi, you are transferred. You retained your family at, you first went and joined, you got relieved and immediately you joined the New Delhi without availing full joining time. You availed only 3 days joining time. Balance 12 days joining time available. Again, you came back to your station and you took the family. So what is the time limit for taking the family? It is 6 months. You have to take your family within 6 months. So that is the time limit. So you have to take your family to the new headquarters. In that case, what will happen? Your unavailed portion can be credited. So only these two situations, your unavailed portion of joining time will get credited. So please remember only these two situations. Then what is another condition? Maximum to be credited is 15 days minus availed joining time. So see, for example, I will tell you, for example, you are getting transferred to remote locality. So there you are eligible for maximum 15 days and you additional 2 days joining time you got to getting transferred to a remote locality in northeastern region. So total you have 17 days joining time. You availed only 1 day joining time, by flight you went. So there are also maximum 12 days only. Flight means 12 days only you get. So there, whatever it may be, maximum you will get 15 days joining time, whatever it may be. So this is one condition. Maximum to credited 15 days minus whatever is available. Then another case is that a total EL credit after crediting unavailed portion of joining time should not exceed 300 days. See, what does it mean? In normal case, what is happening? See, you have the provision to keep your credit 300 plus 15 days. You see, you have 305 days EL and you have unavailed portion of EL to be credited around 12 days or 10 days. That you will not get that credited. That amount of leave will not be credited because it is exceeding 300 days. So what is another condition? Total leave at credits after crediting the unavailed portion of joining time should not exceed 300 days. So maximum at your credit should be 285 days. Then only you can get credited that leave. So these are the 4 conditions available for this one. The next line you see, this concession is not admissible for transfer to the same station. So what we discussed with regard to the same station, see, same station means when you are getting transferred to a same station, you are eligible for 1 day joining time. Suppose you are transferred in the same station, you join to the same station without availing join time. Subsequently, you are asking for please credit the unavailed portion to my EL credit, but that is not possible because this concession is not admissible for transfer to the same station. So these are the conditions for crediting the unavailed portion of joining time. Please do remember this portion only, most of the people getting confused because we are getting requested often to get credit to the unavailed portion of because of the transfer order or some other reasons. So these are the conditions to be followed for crediting the unavailed portion of joining time. The next one, combination with leave. Joining time may be combined with vacation or leave of any kind except casual leave. So what does it mean? See, suppose you relieved on 30th June, you relieved. You have got 10 days joining time. So you wanted to, you are within 10 days because you are transferred on public interest. So you have got so many family problems. You can't join within 10 days. So what you can do? You can avail either at the first instance or after availing the joining time. And the last instance, you can avail joining time. You can combine with vacation or leave, except casual leave. This is very clear. You have to be very particular about this one. You cannot combine your joining time with casual leave, only regular leave. See, suppose you relieved on 30th and you applied 1 day, 1st to 10th EL, then you avail 10 days joining time, then immediately you have to join. See, you cannot sandwich the leave, that you have to see. First you applied leave, then avail 10 days joining time, then again availed 10 days EL, that is not possible. Either at the first instance or at the last instance, you can combine the leave. With any leave you can combine, except any regular leave you can combine with your joining time, not casual leave. And that also you do remember, you cannot sandwich the leave. That means first you avail the leave, then avail the 10 days joining time, again then you avail leave me, you can't avail it. You have to mandatory, you have to join. If you are availing first leave means you have to mandatory report after availing the joining time. That is what combination with the leave. See, when the transfer is cancelled, this is another instance we're getting. See, when the transfer order is cancelled after the employee has handed over the charge of the old post, but before taking over the charge of the new post, the period intervening between the date of handing over and taking over is treated as joining time. What does it mean? See, you have been transferred from Bangalore to Delhi. So you have got some 15 or 12 days joining time. So in between, you have handed over a post, everything. After 5 days, your transfer order getting cancelled. So what will happen? The period intervening between the date of handing over and taking over is treated as joining time. That means from the day in between, when what the date you received, that period will be treated as joining time, because it is not your fault. It is a fault of the office. That means in between, your transfer order cancelled. You made every arrangement, including handing over everything done. But that date, since it is not your fault, that period will be treated as joining time. That is what here is. When the transfer order is cancelled, after the employee has handed over the charge of the old post, but before taking over the charge of the new post, the period intervening between the date of handing over and taking over is treated as joining time. So please do you remember these periods that will be treated as rule 6.3. This period will be treated as joining time because it is not your fault. See, another issue. When the transfer order is revised, what does it mean? When an employee who is under orders of transfer is directed to proceed to a place different from that indicated in the original transfer order, he or she will be entitled to fresh joining time in addition to the joining time already availed. The fresh joining time will be calculated from the place at which he got the revised orders to the new place of posting. What does it mean? See, from Mangalore to New Delhi, you are transferred. So there, in between what happens? You have already proceeded. During transit, see, after, suppose you need only 2 days to join the new post. After availing 8 days, you have proceeded from Mangalore to New Delhi by flight or whatever it may be, you proceeded. Already availed this one. So you reached, that means during transit, you please do remember, if the government servant in transit on transfer is directed to proceed to a place different from that indicated in the initial transfer order. Please do remember this. It is in transit. See, suppose you are at the headquarters itself and the transfer order is cancelled, that will not be treated as joining time. It is in transit. If you are on leave at the headquarters, you did not avail the joining time, that will be treated as a leave only. So when the employee, government servants in transit on transfer is directed to proceed to a place different from that indicated in the initial transfer order. So that means you proceeded to New Delhi. So in that case, what will happen? Fresh joining time will be calculated from the place where the revised orders are received. Suppose you reached Bangalore. So you will get a fresh joining time. You already availed the 8 days joining time and you received a transfer order from Bangalore. So that from they will calculate the fresh joining time. Your headquarters will be done in that case, it will be the Bangalore. So you will get a fresh joining time from Bangalore to New Delhi. That is what here says. When the employee who is under orders of transfer is directed to proceed on to a place different from that indicated in the original order, he will be entitled to fresh joining time in addition to the joining time already availed. And from how it will be calculated? The fresh joining time will be calculated from the place at which he got the revised orders to the new place of posting. So you will get the fresh joining time. Suppose you already availed 10 days, 10 days, you are eligible for, initially you are eligible for 12 days joining time. You already availed 10 days joining time. Only 2 days were remaining. Your transfer order getting cancelled. Then again, you are posted to a place having more than 1000 kilometer distance. So you are eligible for 12 days. So you are eligible for again 12 days additional joining time, fresh joining time. This is what when the transfer order is revised. That's what it's mean. See, transfer at own request. Initially, we discussed what will happen at the transfer at own request. No joining time is admissible. Why joining time is not admissible? Because the transfer is at your cost. See, you want transferred from one place to another. Government has no interest. So it is your request. Based on your request, you are getting transferred. So you are not eligible for joining time. So what will happen? See, you are getting relieved on 30th June. So next day you can't join the post. You don't have joining time. So what will do? Most of the people, what they are doing, they will apply for 1 day or 2 days here to cover that period. But that is wrong. What has to be done? Regular leave may be availed to cover the period from the date of relinquishing old post and the date of assumption of charge at the new place of post. You please do remember, regular leave may be availed. You can't apply casual leave is not a regular leave. So you have to apply regular leave to cover the period from the date of relinquishing. For example, 30th forenoon you relieved and you need to join on Monday. So what will happen? 30th forenoon means that day will be counted as joining time. If it is 30th afternoon means first and second, it happens to be a holiday means you can cover that, you can avail that holidays. That is what here they say. Holidays, if any intervenes from the date of releasing the charge of the old post and the date of assumption of charge at the new place of post may be availed as holidays. I will give you an example. See, 30th June afternoon you relieved. First and the second happens to be holiday. So third you can join. You can avail those 2 days as holidays. If you are not availing, if you are not reporting on Monday, you are reporting on Tuesday means what will happen? You have to avail Saturday, Sunday and Monday you have to avail regular leave. That means other than casual leave, any kind of you can avail to cover this period. Only regular leave you have to, no casual leave you can apply on request transfer. Suppose you are getting relieved on forenoon of 30th. Friday forenoon you are getting relieved. You are reporting on Monday. What will happen? Friday you need to apply leave. Sunday you need to apply leave. So Saturday you need to apply leave. Monday you need to apply. So total you are losing 3 days leave since the relinquishment from the charge is on forenoon. So you have to cover, you have to apply 3 days regular leave and report Monday. That is what here second line says. Then holiday. You can intervene that intervening holidays you can avail. That's what I said. Saturday and Sunday you can avail, Monday you can join. If you are not reporting on Monday, you have to apply for regular leave to cover those periods. Then next, the pay for the said period so availed shall be borne by the no department. So what does it mean? See, joining time that we will discuss. Joining time pay we will be discussing subsequently. Here they say, see, once you getting relieved, once you are availing the leave or availing holiday or whatever it may be, that period, that pay will be borne by the new department where you are joining. Then another condition, employee is posted to a place of the choice on completion of full tenure. Hard station, joining time is admissible. What is that hard station joining time? See, suppose you are posted to a place of remote locality where the duration of your stay, that means your tenure is fixed to 5 years and you have completed the entire 5 years there. So in that case, what will happen? That 5 years will be, after 5 years, you have the choice to getting posted at a new place. There you will get a fresh joining time. You will get a joining time to join the post. Even if it is in your request, you are eligible for joining time. If it is you are coming from a hard station to your choice of your station. Your joining time is admissible. What is joining time pay? See, joining time is regarded as duty and pay equal to the pay drawn before relinquishment of charge in the old post is admissible during joining time. So that means when joining time pay, who has to grant joining time pay? The new department where you are joining. So they are supposed to pay the joining time pay. So what is joining time pay? The pay you drawn at your old post. Other than pay, what are the benefit? What are the other this one available? In addition, DA, HRA, and city compensatory allowances as applicable to all headquarters are admissible. So here another question comes. So what are the allowances available for joining time? See, pay they said, DA said, HRA they said. Then what about transport allowance? So normally a question will come whether transport allowance is eligible for this one. Even transport allowance also eligible for this one. And what are not available, not admissible? See, permanent traveling allowance and conveyance allowance. That anyway you will be discussed. That chapter they will be covering what is permanent transfer allowance, what is conveyance allowance. These two allowances, they are not eligible for, even they are drawing, because this permanent transfer allowance, permanent traveling allowance is granted to an employee for extensive traveling during the whole period alone. Though you are drawing your permanent traveling allowance during the period at the time of your relinquishment, that allowance is not admissible during the joining time. That is what. So during joining time pay, here you need to understand only one thing. Joining time pay means the pay you drawn at the pay you drawn at the time of relief. That includes what? DA, HRA, and other compensatory allowances. Then joining time pay shall be borne by the new administrative authority. That means where you are posting into there, they will be giving it. Then joining time is sanctioned by the administrative authority having control over at the time of proceed. That means joining time is sanctioned by the normal, that where you proceeds, that they are the authority to sanction the leave proceed joining time. But joining time pay will be granted by the new authority. Then reckoning joining time for increment. See, joining time will count for increment. That is, of course, everybody knows it. Joining time will count for increment. But there another question comes. Though it is count for increment, you will not get increment monetary benefit for that, any benefit for that period. For example, you happen to be on joining time. See, you relieved on 30th June. Your increment date is on 1st July. You reported at the new station on 7th July. So that means though joining time counts for increment, you will get your increment, your pay, you will get enhanced pay on account of granting increment, you will get only from 7th onwards. That means though it will count for increment, you will not get the monetary benefit on increment. Joining time in continuation of leave counts for increment. What does it mean? You applied for 10 days leave, yearly. Then again you availed 10 days joining time. That period will also be counted for joining time. That is what here say, reckoning joining time for increment. Then journey period availed on transfer at one's own request is regularized as leave is treated as dies on, not regularized as leave is treated as dine on and does not count for increment, leave or pension. See, what does it mean? See, you requested transfer, you went from one place to another. So you need to apply. Suppose I told you from Saturday, Sunday, and Monday you avail. Only you are reporting on Monday. So you need to apply 3 days regular leave. You have to apply. Since you are not applying for this leave, you did not apply for this. So that will be treated as unauthorized absence. And that will be treated as dies known and does not count for increment, leave or pension. That period will be a breaking service. If you are not availing, applying regular leave in continuation of your transfer on request, that period will be treated as unauthorized and that they will be treated as that will not count for increment or pension. So here, so that's all from our slide. So here, so I have completed my session in this one. Now, this is what I have given. See, you see here, some 40 questions I have given. That is completely related to joining time. So you should answer these questions by your own effort. Don't ask any of the questions through your superior or anything. Please refer the concerned book and get it answered through your own effort. Once you are able to answer all these 40 questions, you will have no doubt about the joining time in your life service area. But you have to answer these questions on your own effort. You can discuss with your colleagues, but not your superior officers who are well versed in joining time. You discussed with your colleague meeting with the examination and you answer these questions. You can send either the answer to me, my email ID is given, or you can send the answer to Dr. Das sir when you get in time. There is no time stipulation, you can send. But you have to answer these questions on your own effort. See, around 40 questions I have given. That is, entire question is different from one to another. Once you gone through these questions, I think this PPT will be shared to, Das sir will share to this PPT, and you answer this question based on your effort by referring the books and not inquiring with your superior officers. By referring the book, you find out the answers and do it. So that's all from my side today, sir. So Das sir, it is completed.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So thank you. Now some questions we will go through on chat box. So I will read it out, sir.
Yes.
So we have to clarify that chat box. Question. Yeah, sir. If any government servant is discharged in the evening of the Friday and he joins duty on Monday, then are the full leaves credited in his account or 2 less, excluding Saturday, Sunday will be credited? Means the government servant relieved in the afternoon of Friday and joined on Monday without availing the joining time. What he means to tell?
No, sir. He will not. That is, he availed that Sunday. It is not joining time.
Yeah.
Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, he availed. And Monday.
Yeah.
So that means he is eligible for. That means he wanted to credit.
Yeah.
Credit means those 2 conditions are satisfied, means that 2 days will be minus 2.
Okay.
If that other 2 conditions for crediting unavailed portion crediting, they have to satisfy 2 conditions.
Yeah.
That condition is satisfied, that 2 days will form part of the joining time. Only 10 days will get credited. If maximum amount is 10 band.
Okay. Then these 30 days, including actual joining, 30 days. What is 30 days? Chalo, upar dekha. Or any question? No, chalo. Or dikhane chahiye. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much for a very brilliant and detailed presentation on joining time. I think the session is very much clear to the participants. And this your again question what you have given, that is also very wonderful. Sir, one more question in the chat. In the chat box, one question. If an employee has gone on deputation to another institute and got TTA, after some months, if he got promoted in his earlier institute, can he avail TTA?
TTA?
Yeah, TTA, he is asking regarding TTA. If an employee has gone on deputation to another institute with TTA, by availing TTA, he has gone on deputation to another institute. After some months, again he got promoted in his earlier institute. then he will have to come back. Then again he can avail TTA, he is telling.
So TTA, that means initially, if a second transfer is in public interest means he can avail, sir.
Yeah, within some time period is there.
Yeah. Condition is some, sir.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much for your very brilliant and wonderful presentation on joining time.
Thank
Okay,
you,
sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, for the participant, the today's session we are going to close, and this PPT it has already been shared to me. Just within 2-3 minutes time, I will be sharing to you all. And as per the PPT, some questions are there. You please go on answering those questions, and directly you can send it to Jonathan sir, or else you can send it to me also. There is no time restriction, as sir told. So you take your own time and you submit those answers, and it will be very beneficial for you also. Go on preparing by yourself without asking to your superior, as sir told. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much for your nice presentation. And thank you all the participants for your patient hearing.